Alrighty, then I think we're pretty much good to go. Let's go ahead and get right into it, shall we? So we did get a bit of chance, at least a chance to look over the classes yesterday, for this run in particular. I was kind of debating on, in this case, whether or not to actually keep it as is or to recycle them, because I was like, hey, is it technically cheating to know the classes up front? And I was like, not really, no. Because, like, yeah, just because I know the classes up front doesn't really mean a lot. Like, the most I'm doing right now, the most difference is that I already know that this is going to be the class. But that's like it. It's really, honestly, as far as it stands, the only major difference here. So, I think it's overall fine and dandy. Like, it's not making a huge difference. It's not really attributing anything different to the overall play style. Oh, you know, actually, hang on here, folks. Let me make sure of one thing real quickly here. I think I did, but let me make sure of it. Okay, good. Alright. Alright, there we go. Cool. You know, we don't really have a name in mind just yet. Do I want to work off of a preset, or do I want to make somebody new? Tell you what, let's give it to Twink for today. Alright, giving it to Twink. Surely Twink will do an amazing job. I think I have a good feeling about this one. This will be good. This will be really good. The only thing I think, and the only reason why we probably won't do this one again, at least in terms of, like, not going through the first time, is that I'm not really, like, sitting down and explaining, like, oh wow, this is this and this is that, and oh my goodness, that's actually really, really good if you do X, Y, and Z with it. That's probably the only reason why I would say in this case this isn't exactly maybe the way of going about it, but other than that, I mean, this is fine. Like, it's actually completely fine. So, as other than knowing starting classes, like, starting classes isn't exactly anything. Like, that's me knowing how the game is gonna start, as opposed to anything else. Anyways, so Serpent Hunter and a class that has Bloodflame Blade. Honestly, both are major fucking boons. On one hand, we essentially have a way to make it so any of our standard smithy weapons just immediately get bleed, or potentially even more bleed than they're supposed to have. And on top of that, we're starting with arguably probably one of the best somber weapons in the game. Just hands down, like, one of the best somber weapons in the game. Like, it's actually legitimately not even close how good the fucking Serpent Hunter really is. Now, the one thing I'm unsure of is if the Serpent Hunter you get from starting the game, like the randomized version of it, versus the one you get just from getting out of the arena. I don't know why, but I think there might actually be a small difference there for some reason. I'm not sure why I believe this, but I think I've experienced it in the past where it's like, it's felt as though one has definitely been better than the other. So, I could be completely speaking out of my ass on that one, and completely wrong about it, but as far as I can tell you, I would believe it at least a little bit. Good news, too, is actually we're starting with Arsenal Charm, which means essentially armor value-wise, we just kind of get to go. It does have a Somber 1. Cool. Sword of Saint Trina could be useful in a theory. Otherwise, you know what? We're gonna take the bell bearing and we're gonna go. I gotta get a little bit better about looking over menus and going, I think. I do have to get a little bit better about that. I don't think I'm nearly as fast as I should be about it. So, that, I think, does need to improve at least a little bit. Nevertheless, we're starting off probably with one of the better weapons in the game. And we have a really good incant on top of it. So, I don't think we have room to complain. I really don't. Okay, awesome. Terrible fucking pickup there, but fine enough. Okay, a little bit sucky, the fact that we got aggroed there, but whatever. It's fine. Lost Ashes of War. Not really useful. And by not really useful, I mean legitimately not useful at all, but whatever, you know. Take what you can get.
Have they, sir, but you? I can turning to aid you. You need to the foot. Then it's
To the foot.
me. Ah, I bequeath.
I bequeathin'.
It will some torrent. Treat him with.
Okay, crab is fine. Yeah, crab is fine. Okay, cool. Alright, some holy grease, a little bit of money. We're gonna need more than enough money, grand scheme of things. So, a little bit of money goes a long way for sure. But we're definitely gonna need more than enough going later. Ironically, between the two options, Sacred Tears are arguably just hands down better. You want better overall. Like, quality versus quantity in this case. Having 12 flasks that do shit, as opposed to 4 flasks that do a lot, is a massive, massive difference between the two of them. So, it is actually really nice to get the Sacred Tear off rip. That's not bad. Alright, here's hoping our graveyard is... as far as it stands, I'm just hoping our graveyards are slightly safer than they were yesterday, because, like, God, we're getting some really, really scary graveyards. Alright, cool. Somber 2? Okay, so we're already up to a Somber 2, at a bare minimum. Money, okay. Money. A little bit of money. We already can get ourselves up to a Somber 2. That's pretty cool. We love to see it.
Name's Bern. Let me ask, are you here and is your despite? Oh, such that there's nothing any intro. All I know now's that.
Alright, Somber 2. Dragon Halberd. Dragon Halberd might actually be worth the pivot. You know what? Actually, I think I might make that investment right immediately. Because that right there would be essentially just accessing, accessing status condition. Status condition is massive and infinitely worth more. I do want to go ahead and buy that Somber 1. It's a little expensive, and especially considering on the diet we're on right now, but I'm gonna do it, and that is essentially everything. Okay, cool. I don't really need this grace, but fuck it, we'll get it anyways, I guess. It's good to get graces just in case bad things happen, especially in a randomizer like this. Not that obviously you want to run into bad things, but like... Okay, awful. Yeah, getting a tower shield actually means almost jack all to me, but whatever. It's fine.
Can you hear me?
This is a much better Somber weapon, though. That much I can guarantee. And if we can get this bad boy leveled up to a +3 or a 4, I mean, we have status condition on this bad boy. We have a lot more going on with this bad boy. Don't get me wrong, having what we had with the, here. 1, 2, and some 2s. Actually, okay, that's a really good inventory overall, so yes, we are going to get that bell bearing. That essentially covers us on cost for a lot of things. We don't have the money, unfortunately, right now, otherwise I would have just bought the items. And I don't really want to go sorting through everything just to make it happen. So we're going to go and just move along with our lives. But it's not a bad get, frankly. Okay. We don't have the stats yet, I think, to make the Dragon Halberd work. Actually, we only need strength to really make this work, so as long as we get the strength required for this bad boy soon enough, and we might already have the requirement for two-handing, which arguably is even better. If I can grease, Flame Drake, little bit of money, little more money, not as much money. Okay, cool. There we go. And we are on our way over to Kenneth. I mean, we're not going to really do anything with Kenneth or to Kenneth, but, like, we are going to head that way anyways, because we have to. Orca Bubbles, absolute trash, some decent armor. We're not going to worry about Kenneth, though. Kenneth gets to live, admittedly, just because, well, killing him takes a little bit too long, and it's just kind of not worth it for the effort. So. Okay. This time around, I do need to actually remember to get the grace that's outside of Fort Height, so that way I can loot the graveyard that's right beside Fort Height. It is a lot of item checks, and it would be a little shameful to completely miss out on all of them. Lightning Grease, okay. Again, if we end up running into a situation where we end up getting enough for our flask, that actually would be useful. So, nice. Okay, alright. So far, good. So far, so good. Really? That's not a stable enough ground to fucking... Sure, whatever. Alright, whatever. I think we should be running right towards the lake right now that has 3 items on it. Yes, okay, cool. Radon Spear, Bone Shard, Stone Sword. Stone Sword could be quite... not really useful, but it could be useful, in theory. Grab the fucking... Blue Silver Mail Armor, kind of trash. Small, teensy amount of money. Okay, cool. How many times are we going to do that today, actually? Alright, over here, we're only going to collect the 2 items. I'm not going to bother going down into the catacombs. It's just kind of fucking extra at that point, admittedly. Alright, let's go visit the merchant. Then we are going to go ahead and immediately book it over to Fort Height, get the grace.
Well, I'll these. I'm angry.
how little money I have right now, actually. I'll probably end up gracing out. Alright, this is kind of useful. It's mostly useful, actually, for all it's worth. Safa grease, too. The fact that that's there, actually, is not really too shabby. Alright, Radon spheres get put away. Okay. Alright, we're gonna light this one first, head over towards the graveyard, then we're gonna do Fort Height. That way we can kind of loop it around in a meaningful enough way. Assuming that we maybe get like a large pile of money in here, it could be worth the effort of it. More item pickups first, everything else secondary. And sure enough, a remembrance of Horaloo. Grab the item. Thank you. Alright, some sulfur grease. Okay, there's one more item right here, and after we grab this item, I'm gonna grace out. Alright. Okay, sure, fuck it, whatever. Right into the water, then. Into the liquid. Still, though, +2 at a bare minimum is what we got going on right now. Are we gonna pop this old man? Get the stats we need to, well, at least two-hand this, really. We're not gonna worry about it past two-handing. Alright, do that. And then I think 14... Let's do 16 on that one, just to be safe about it. I think 16 is more than enough to two-hand. Yeah. And then a decent chunk of health to kind of improve our overall health. Good. Another Sacred Tear. Good. Awesome. Love to see it. Alright, with the spawns being what they are here, I'm going to go ahead and go for the extra item. I don't expect myself to live in here necessarily. I just kind of want to go and do my best. Awesome. I love it when fucking random bullshit happens like that. It's always my favorite, actually. Alright, not great, but it's something. You know, that does somehow seem really fitting, actually, now I'm thinking about it. Golem's Halberd. Okay. Not gonna probably ever bother using that, but, yeah, sure, whatever. That is an item, isn't it? I would like to keep the money if I can, just because, like, it would be beneficial to leveling up. Alright, cool. On our way. Alright, off to Caelid. And if our Grail offers easy enough spawns, I think I am going to bother with it, because that is a lot of money. That is definitely a lot of money. Right, you know what? Something I didn't try last time, but I'm going to try it this time. I am going to go ahead and interact real quickly with this Grace and Garunk here. Purely to go ahead and get the interaction. Because I think that makes it so D essentially wants to work with us. I believe that's how it works. And that'll give us an extra 2 items to potentially work with. So. Alright, cool. Easy enough. Ritual pot. Fucking useless. Cool. Awesome. Decent amount of talismans to start, so far at least. No gloves. Some new chess pieces. You know, I will take a better chess piece, I guess. And as far as hats go, nothing really worth talking about. I'm gonna keep the Millennia's Greaves on, though, honestly. They look really good. You actually belong on this bridge, don't you? Oh, never mind, it's Agil. Okay, that makes more sense. I mean, it's essentially Grail, but same difference. Okay. Now, as far as standard stones go, we have 1, 2, and 2 3s. Okay, not a lot there. Grab the item. Thank you. Oh my god, this is what fucking Torrent is like, by the way. This is actually just how Torrent functions. It's really cool. Awesome. Okay. Alright. That's a decent gain for talismans, and we did just get a 1. If we could get a couple more wild ones, that actually wouldn't be too bad. Especially considering, I think in this case, a +6 or a +7... like a +8 is actually usually typically better. And with Bloodflame Blade especially, I mean, we already have a status condition, so it's kind of one of those things of, we would already kind of be cooking in those circumstances. Alright, cool, braced. Alright, here's our first gremlin over here. Tiny small man? Little bit of extra money, not a lot, but it is something. Alright, Smithy 3, cool. You know, with this guy being right here and then being easy, I am gonna kill him. Or he's gonna fucking one-shot my dick. That's understandable, yeah. You know what? It's okay. It's actually an opportunity for more money. It is absolutely an opportunity for more money. Beautiful. Small pile of money. Where's my money? Why is my money... I swear to god, the fucking game and updating, like, positioning is always so wacky-doober. It really genuinely is. I'm not gonna worry about that guy this time because, like, it's gonna take too fucking long to murder him. Or, like, it's not gonna take too long, it's just... It's very clearly a time waster at that point. Oh well, whatever. Alright. Lost Ashes of War again, apparently. Rose's Axe. And Raging Wolf Armor. Okay, alright, cool. Nothing horribly crazy there, but sure, fuck it. Okay, Somber 3. Okay, we're already up to Somber 3 on our Dragon Halberd. That's actually fucking banger. We love to see it. That's actually really good. That's not even, like, remotely a joke. Alright, here's hoping something decent on the Peninsula Merchant. Gonna one-hand this bad boy while I'm fucking drinking my drink. I hate to say it, but honestly, like, it is also kind of true. The good news about what we're rocking with right now is that this weapon does, in fact, have freeze on it. And freeze, for all intents and purposes, is actually really good. Like, it does apply to a majority of bosses, if I'm not mistaken, so... Okay. Alright, we're gonna take the bell bearing, and we're gonna sit down here, because that asshole is fucking sniping. And unfortunately, it sends us right back to table, but whatever, we're gonna deal with it. Early table is not what I planned for, but it is what we're gonna do now.
I'm known as heed those who all the more. Unless you then I think the power of...
And there we go. Nothing worth talking about.
Oh, welcome. I teach and explore so that one ensuring by the way. You most time you are well.
Alright, show me Flame Grant me. Nope, no Flame Grant me, but we do have Golden Vow. I am kind of tempted by Golden Vow. It's a little expensive, and also really expensive if you consider the stat requirements. But that could be good in a technical sense. That's a 2, we don't need that, and everything else there is kind of mediocre. There we go, cool. Alright. Alright, let's go and buy these, this, and 2 of these. There we go. I think that gets us up to a +9 immediately like that. Go and buy that because we're here. Black Flame could potentially be really useful in the right context of things. This is Sleep. Let's see here. That is Bleed. That is a Bleed incant. I might actually take that just because of the fact that it's a Bleed incant. Or Bleed Ash of War. So, you know what? Actually, I think I will get that. Purely off of that basis. And the final thing here is this. That's a plus... Oh, that's actually... Ooh, okay. Alright, that's really good. Faith Knot 2 and Spike Cracked. Oh shit, okay. We got a lot of really good shit off of that one. Alright, let's go ahead and spend some money right immediately, because that is actually some really good shit. Okay. Spike Cracked, yes. Damn. Okay, that's actually really expensive. I will buy the Smithy. And otherwise, Faith Knot, I don't really want the Faith Knot immediately, but it could be useful. I'm gonna leave these in here, I think. And we're gonna leave that at that. Otherwise, raises an int. Okay, alright. We're gonna leave the rest of that alone, and we're gonna go ahead and upgrade our halberd as much as we can. We're up to a +3 on halberd right now. We don't yet have, I think, a reasonable... Wait, actually, that's kind of funny. We don't really have a reasonable smithy weapon at the moment. We don't actually have a reasonable smithy weapon at the moment. It's all kind of mediocre to that extent. Alright, I'm gonna sell off a bunch of that crap. Sell off that crap, sell off that crap. Cool, right? Put on that. That's actually weird. The fact that we don't have any of that. Alright, physique. Resistance and heals, sure. Alright, there we go. Cool, and I think otherwise we're just going to pump that right into health. And tell you what, we're just going to go right after our first Remembrance boss. At this point, yeah, we just need to go for it. I think we have enough going on here, roughly, that it'll be meaningful. As far as it stands, I mean, this is a really good weapon, regardless. So we should, in theory, be cooking. Alright, there was that Somber 5. I do need to remember that. We do need still a Somber 4, but...
Warrior blood must truly run in thy veins. Tarnished.
Okay, there we go. Awesome. Moving on. I'm gonna say the health. The health talisman for sure, I think, right now, just makes more reasonable sense.
It's tight. You'll breach. Well, but of course.
Oh, there we go. Cool. Activate this. Alright, while he's opening up the gates, we're gonna go and grab the 1-2 items that are on the way here. Or, okay, sure, yeah, fuck it. We can have a menuing issue. That's awesome. That's really cool. You know what? Actually, it boils down the same way anyways, because the runes should be right on the bridge. So, or at least right next to it. I'm not going to worry about the one extra item that's down lower. Normally, that's fine, but whatever. Okay. More health. I think a +3 is probably fine for a majority of bosses in Godric's Castle, but we'll find out what our issue is, and then we'll kind of work backwards from there. You know, in theory. Not a great enemy to see right there, admittedly. But luckily he's kind of stupid, so there's that. Alright, nothing else. Dragonwood Grease, absolute shit. Twin Blade, absolute shit as well. God, I love finding absolute shit. It's so cool. Budding Horn. A little bit of money. Okay, that's a legendary... well, I mean... in theory, a really good item. in theory... Alright, cool, awesome. Is that enough to level up? It is actually enough to level up. Okay, cool. Alright, couldn't see how that was, but it's smaller. Gideon. My favorite. The good news here is that it's Gideon at a very early stage.
I am the Lord of all.
So like it does actually just kind of work out for us in the grand scheme of things, but like
We'll return
it's still Gideon at the end of the day. So alright, I do want to sit down here real quickly, do a quick little bit of leveling up. At this point, honestly, health is pretty much the priority. I am going to still end up killing Gostok here, because he's worth an item shop. And on top of that, we do actually have the Foulfoot still in act.
I can do.
Damn, we don't really have any other smithy weapons that are actually worth the argument right now. Not really, at least. I'm hoping that we end up finding at least a smithy weapon that's worth the argument of, like, leveling it up at least, because, like, that would be our backup, grand scheme of things, but we'll see. We'll see. Either way, we're at least off to our next destination. Ideally, we will get what we want. Okay, I've not seen one of the churches be useless before, but sure, fuck it. Ideally, though, we do end up finding at least a little bit more. We do still need the Somber 4. Somber 4 gets us right into Somber 5 at that point, at least, which is great. So, if I can get that, we can start cooking immediately. And likewise, who knows? Maybe we'll find a Somber 4 in the or a Somber 5 in the meantime, but kind of dependent.
Surprised no matter. I don't.
Hurry the fuck up, thank you. Okay, plenty of 4s. Oh, actually, wait, they do have a 4. Okay, alright. Bell bearing. Unfortunately, there's a stupid-ass dragonfly in the area that's being a dickhead there. Luckily, they didn't tickle me, but still. Just an obnoxious annoyance, as always. A lot of stones there, though, actually. Like, again, more stones that cover a lot of ground for us. So that's good. That's really good. Oh, yo, somebody's tanky as shit over there. Relatively speaking. Smoldering butterfly, literal trash, smithy 4, okay. Hey, there we go. There's our Somber 4. And some rod grease. Okay, cool. We'll take it. I'm gonna leave the item in front of the doorway for right now. I did get that a little early last time, but I think this time we're just gonna go ahead and focus on booking it. for all the Liurnia pickups and all that shit. And we're gonna work backwards from there. That sounds pretty good. Any chance we can find a Somber 6, actually. That would be really ideal. Smithy 3. Last shard, trash. Awesome. I love trash. That's so cool. Alright, leave it at that. I'm not going to worry about that final pickup. It was probably ass anyways. Even if it was grease, like, it was guaranteed not going to be good enough. So. Okay, lobster. So interesting fact. Interesting fact here about the left hand versus right hand when it comes to playing the game. When you're on horseback, if you have your main hand weapon in your left hand as opposed to your right hand will always one-hand it unless you two-hand it before the interaction of you hopping on torrent. But if you have it in your left hand, it'll just guaranteed be two-handed. So if you have a weapon that you can't quite meet the strength requirements for, have it in your left hand. It'll actually just immediately cover that requirement off rip. All you have to do essentially is just swap to it while on horseback. Now granted, you're probably not doing a whole bunch of horse combat, but still useful enough if you are accidentally in a situation where you have to horse combat. So, neat enough. Did we get any daggers? Yes, we did. Okay, so we got a handful of daggers right now. Please give me a free remembrance or something of the variety. Ripple blade, not literal trash, but definitely not what we need right now. Man, I love it when crab smacks me. Oh, I love it when this fucking happens, because it's so fun. Because then you just get smacked fucking sideways by like 18 different things at the same time. Man, that's so cool. That was awesome. That was really good. I like that a lot. Look at all those item pickups that we don't fucking get because these fucking gremlins just got away with it. Oh well, whatever. Move along. Surely we're not missing out on anything actually, like, important, right? Surely. It wasn't definitely like a somber fucking 6. Definitely not. That would have been crazy. You know what? Either way, we have it up to Somber 5 right now. Either way, we have a weapon that can get up to Somber 5 at the moment, and that's pretty good. So. Hey, Sarah, how you doing today? Good seeing you. And yeah, exactly. Surely we're fine. Surely it's not gonna matter. After I'm done with the stream today, I should be down and free to run some rivals if you are interested. I should be free for that though. I have to walk the pupper probably after the stream tonight, but otherwise, like after that, I'll be good to go. Likewise, we could also do like repo and some other stuff. So, all right, how's a shop? Scimitar is kind of mediocre, but it could be good in the right context. Yeah, I'm not gonna say that the scimitar is really honestly all that good in this game. It's not. It's okay. It's definitely okay. But it's not like, it's not a hard carry of a weapon. It's more like it's a good replacement if you don't have any of the actual, like, good fast swinging weapons. But if it's not, then what are you doing? What are you doing, goofball? More rot grease, okay. It's kind of sexy. Man, that was super cool. I like the part where Torrent decided to fucking freak out, like, on the spot. Like, that was really nice. I like that. That was cool. My favorite always is when Torrent decides to freak out. Like, that's really cool. It's just such a good horse interaction, frankly, as far as I'm concerned. And it's definitely not me bitching and complaining. I guarantee it. Meteoric Ore Blade. It's a fat fucking mediocre out of 10. That's an unfortunate mediocre out of 10. Oh, I'm so dumb! I never went to Fort Farah. I never actually did the Fort Farah run. Okay, all right, that's fine though. That's fine though. We got up to here. We got up to here. That's okay. That's okay. That's okay. All right. Oh, I had Taco Bell tonight. It was fucking. It was super worth it. God, I do love myself some Taco Bell, honestly. Like, I know Taco Bell is kind of like in that gray grounds of like, is this really an okay food to be consuming? Please stop biting my butthole. Apparently my butthole is a little El Caliente right now. Otherwise these motherfuckers probably wouldn't be biting it as much. Okay, seriously, the amount of actual we have 2 weapons right now that are actually, like, smithy weapons. That's actually kind of ridiculous. That doesn't happen. Like... Oh, you gotta be fucking kidding me. Alright, I might die before I'm able to get the extra items here. Fucking... You gotta be fucking... You're fucking... Whatever, it's fine. It's only 2 extra items. Surely neither of them mattered, right? Surely neither of them would actually benefit me in any way meaningful. That's fine. You know what? That's fine. It's actually so fine. That's so fine. Alright, 42 minutes. Wait, 42 minutes in? Fucking what? This run has not been nearly as efficient as I thought it was. It should. Kind of annoying. I thought we were doing actually, like, pretty good for the most part, but whatever. Alright, we're gonna make it up to, we're gonna make it up to probably the Grace, where we end up, making the mad dash over to, Tree Sentinel, or Draconic Sentinel. And, after that, then we're gonna go ahead and pivot off and deal with our, Radon replacement. That way we kind of get more items overall. Hopefully something that's going to be useful, but we'll see how useful. Really? Okay, alright, whatever. That's a horribly useless item. Like, you can't even make an argument on that one that's, like, even worth the money of it. Because, like, it's not even worth the money of it. It's just literal trash. Oh, well, whatever. fuck was chasing my ass down 2 seconds ago there? What the fuck was that? Alright, ignore their bitch ass. Awesome. Okay, there's that. Cool. That is a bird. Which means I need to get the fuck out of the middle, because otherwise that bird will murder me. Alright. We're gonna make it to that merchant, and then at that point we will pivot off. More seeds, okay. Kind of mediocre, but whatever. You know, actually, for all intents and purposes, probably good to have the rot grease on. Just so that way, if I run into that situation where I can use rot grease, it'll become instantaneously useful, right? Alright, some extra money. Okay. Please. Please give me the fucking Somber 6. I would adore a Somber 6 right now. I would have so little to think about if I could get a Somber 6 at the moment. I don't know if his bell bearing was worth it. I probably should have checked in advance. It does have bewitching branches. Otherwise, this inventory is kind of shit. Really? They're still aggro to us. That's cool. Okay. Alright, let's go cap that 5. Get ourselves up to a plus 5. And then we're just going to hard send it. There we go. A little bit of extra money. Okay. Alright, what do we got here? I don't really think there's anything here of actual use. I will buy that just because it's not terrible for me to have that. Steadily restores HP, actually. Could be really useful, grand scheme of things. He sells the S-Stock. I don't really need an S-Stock. Alright, there we go. Software grease recipe. We could buy this immediately. I think we have enough Sofric, though. I think we're okay on that. Preserving boluses. Another golden seed. I'm not going to really worry about that one right now. Yeah, we're going to leave it as is. Kale's inventory wasn't really anything that we're talking about. This is our 5, which we do want that 5. Leave that out of the inventory. We don't need that. And I think that's essentially everything of... Actually, there is one more thing I want to buy real quickly, and that's 2 of these. Otherwise, everything else is kind of mediocre. Alright, let's get this bad boy leveled up to a plus 5. And hopefully send it against Radon with the best luck. Okay, there we go. And I don't think we have any weapons worth anything of meaning at this point, unfortunately. Alright, there we go. Just enough to level up, exactly how I like it. Did I already upgrade my flask? I think I did. Or my physique. Yes, I did. Okay, there we go. And we're going to actually swap in the other tier. And we're going to head back over to Fort Fareth. And we're going to go ahead and go book it for the skip into Radahn Arena. We could also probably technically do what-you-call-it real quickly with killing Grail. I'm not going to worry about it, I think, right now, but I will probably end up doing that, because that is a large pile of money that I am leaving on the table. So. Otherwise, I think, well, at least at a baseline, this isn't too bad. The fucking stupid ancient dragons. I despise the ancient dragons. There's no context where ancient dragons get my sympathies. They're always the worst. Yeah, look at this shit. Fucking breathing fire into this corridor here. All because he got mildly annoyed that I was in the vicinity. There we go. I've been nailing that jump pretty consistently lately. Not too shabby, not too shabby. Here's hoping whatever our Radahn replacement is actually pretty reasonable. Alright. Since we don't really have a weapon to apply rot grease, it doesn't really make sense to keep rot grease. Star Scourge Nile! Okay, wait, is that Nile or O'Neill? Exalted Flesh. One more item. Which summon tree am I looking at here? Okay, that's the lads. Actually, funny enough, literally exactly why I got these. You know, see, that makes too much sense, actually. That makes too much sense. That does actually make too much sense. But it still is fine because I didn't actually waste a branch there, and on top of that, I mean, it doesn't really matter. It's fine. I'm not really scared of a Nile fight. I'm just like, it's gonna be a fine fight. Like, technically, I could summon two for this one. It wouldn't be the worst idea for this one, actually. Alright, now wait for the other one. Alright, that's fine. You know what, actually, that is fine. We're just gonna go ahead and play it out. Unfortunately, I fucking got Luigi turn there. Fucking collision. real quickly reapply buff. I don't actually remember if Nile can frost proc, but whatever. Okay, and I already popped Foul Foot, which is a little disappointing, but whatever. Still, infinitely better. Infinitely better. Rather have a Nile fight. Damn. Little bit of a Foul Foot waste. Oh well. Okay, there we go. We're gonna go back here, and I'm gonna spend this money, level up as best as I can here before we go ahead and head into the capital. All right, 35, and honestly, at this point, we could probably start doing a secondary stat. So probably just start pumping strength for the most part, I would say. Right, we shouldn't need the Mikola branches anymore. Just not really at all. Like, it's nice to have, definitely not required. Past, like, the Nile fight. But it is nice to see the Nile fight is knocked out. That is actually really, really nice. So. Right, there we go. And there we go. Alright, here is hoping that whatever our Dragon Sentinel replacement is reasonable. Oh, yeah, that's actually really fine. Alright, reapply that buff. Beautiful. Frost proc. The fun part here, too, is that this is technically exactly where you would expect this fight to be. That's fine. Beautiful. Nice and easy. Still just need to run into one fucking weapon that we can otherwise use Bloodflame Blade on. It would admittedly probably be a little bit insulting if we just didn't get a single one this entire time, but yeah. Damn, we really haven't run into a single one so far. I'm really hoping I don't have to put that elevator back down, actually. That would be unfortunate. If we do, then we've already lost, admittedly, but... Can I get one? Okay, that's a fucking hand, which is concerning. For this exact fucking reason, by the way. That is the exact reason why the hand was concerning. Ah, fucking hands, man. Can I sit at this grace? Yes, I can. Or I can warp back in. Oh shit, actually, technically I should have spent the money first. Oh well, whatever. It's already been decided. God damn it. Oh well, whatever. It's fine. Any month now? Feeling a crash? I was gonna say I was feeling a crash at that point. Yeah, I was definitely feeling like it was gonna be crashing on that one. Alright. God damn it. I don't know why. Maybe shit, I might actually just need to practice my fucking my quit outs again. Cause I feel like I'm fucking out of the cycle when it comes to that. I feel like I'm super out of the cycle when it comes to that here lately. Which is weird, because I've been able to land this jump way more consistent. God damn it! Fucking... That's what I mean. I swear, part of it, I think, in this case, for me, is that stupid goddamn update they did to the game. Where they said, oh, well, every input needs to take like 5 extra seconds now. Or like half an extra second. Yeah, like right fucking there. Fucking took an extra half in a second. And it's like, why does it take an extra half in a second? They made everything take an extra half a second as if to, like, completely negate people from doing shit like this. It's like, why? Why do you do things that are otherwise fucking moronic? You're making your game worse. Why did you do that? You fucking twat. And don't say it was to optimize the game better, because that doesn't make any sense. Because I can't understand how the game was worse when the menuing system was faster. And it's like, oh, well, we wanted to make sure people didn't accidentally prompt too fast. Well, guess what? In my opinion, you prompt too fast. Guess what? You just prompted too fast. Maybe don't prompt so fast next time. Yeah, meanwhile, apparently the fucking, like, the bare minimum mechanics have to suddenly be completely nerfed into the dirt because, oh, well, Jimothy over here accidentally leveled his weapon up 2-3 many times. It's like, who cares? That is the second time that has happened to me here recently, where the fucking jump does not come through properly. I do not appreciate it. I do not appreciate it. That is some bullshit. That is some doggy dookie dog water. And I feel underappreciated, Elden Ring. I feel underappreciated. I should just be able to do these things without any fucking trouble. I should just, you know, honestly, more than anything else, I should just be able to do the original Lendel skip. You know? You know, Dragon Claw. Gross trash weapon. I wish that thing were better, but it's just not. Alright. Essentially trash. Okay, cool. My favorite. I love trash. We love trash in this household. Okay, yeah. I guess to be fair, maybe I should have expected the meatball to be right there, but I don't know, I was being generous. Whatever, though. Okay, Somber 8. And another Smithy 5. Okay, cool. We are getting ever further along in our Smithy path. So, you know, assuming we actually end up finding a weapon that we can upgrade with Smithies. Assuming we can find a weapon we can actually upgrade with Smithies, that'll be really good. Probably isn't happening, admittedly. Oh, that's not good. Alright, surely we get away with this interaction, right? I mean, it seems like the bird stopped chasing me. Seems. That's another hand up ahead. That's a little concerning. Ah, fuck, that's another hand. That's another hand. God damn it. Okay, please don't notice me. Please don't notice me. Please don't notice me. Thank you. I'm very grateful for the fact that that hand did not notice me. It should have. By all rights, it should have. Loretta? Okay, alright. I love very consistently how often I end up running into bosses that otherwise, like, won't take the damage type that I currently have. Like, they won't get status procced whenever I need status procking. Man, that was really cool. I love getting trapped in a corner and then getting bullied. Can I get, like, a single stagger, please? Unfortunately, the daggers still spawned. Oh, right, I forgot I still have, like, really slow healing right now. God damn it. I should have expected that. That's on me entirely. I fucked it. I fucked it. Like, technically speaking, lightning damage is actually good for these bosses, but at the same time, it's unfortunate that it would be a boss that otherwise, like, doesn't take any status condition. Like, no prockies is actually really disappointing every single time. Alright, I really need to make sure that 60k doesn't go in the turlet, so yeah. You know, I did deserve that, actually. I fucked it. I fucked it pretty miserably there. But my rune should be in a better place right now. Oh, yeah, we have not done amazing this run so far. Oh, come the fuck! Hey, Luke. Thanks for joining the crew. I appreciate it. I love it when that happens too. It's so fun. Oh, come on! Come on! The worst part is this isn't even a hard boss. I'm just fucking, like, I'm being too much, I think, is what it is. Really, that still hit me, even though I was fucking obviously rolling through it and not... Okay, awesome. Anything else? Awesome, okay. Admittedly, no, because this is a live stream, and also this is technically a speed run right now, so, no. But I do appreciate the ask. Alright, beautiful. That should be it. Okay, cool. Oh my goodness. That was dumb. Like, fucking layers upon layers of dumb there, actually. It should have gone a lot smoother than that, but that's on me. That is 110% on me. Also, Goldfree's not really... I mean, it's right in the name. It's Goldfree. He's free. Goldfree is, in fact, free. Grab item. Thank you. Yeah, like, honestly, like, Goldfree is insanely easy. Unless you're going into the fight with, like, Radagon Source Seal, Marika Source Seal, and then, like, 0 Vigor, then, like, you should not be having any difficulties against him. Not even remotely. Shit, what do I do here? Probably Strength. Strength, Vigor, there we go. +5, in theory, is fine. We have surprisingly a lot of durability, but, like, still no real weapon to otherwise match. I think that's a Misbegotten. Yeah, it's Misbegotten. Okay, we're fine. This is easy. This isn't even a problem. Beautiful.
Thy part in this shall not be forgiven.
Yeah, Misbegotten, like, gets cooked by this fucking build, like, every single day of the week. This is fine.
Allow me, you are unprevented. The thorns, a husk, the only way, and become my purpose. So I'd like to the flame then and guide.
Okay, there we go. Level up.
Share them with me. Your thoughts, your ambitions, the prince.
East Catapult. No. Avenue Balcony. There we go. Technically, the other one is a little bit faster down, but I'd rather just keep moving along here. So, comically, as far as it stands, we're kinda just moving with just our somber weapon right now, which I don't exactly like the fact that we don't have anything other than the somber weapon, but at the same time, this might just be the play. So, we're just gonna use Dragon Halberd, I guess. At least at this point. I have enough to get up to a plus 12, and then some. I think we actually have enough to get up to a plus 15, if I remember correctly, from the merchants. So we have up to a plus 15 with smithy weapons right now. Okay, alright, that's not horrible. That's not horrible, grand scheme of things. That is a legendary. Please be a remembrance. Okay, alright, Lord's Rune, not bad. That is, I mean, that is essentially remembrance money, so that's good. That is remembrance money. I can appreciate that. I will always say I do generally find it mostly funny how often I do end up getting asked about, like, hey, help me out with this interaction, or help me out with this interaction, like, while I'm mid-stream and whatnot. And, like, I don't know. Like, I've never once sat back to myself watching another Elden Ring streamer or anything of the variety going, man, I really hope he can help me out with this boss in, like, the next 10 minutes. Like, I just generally, not to rip, and this is not me ripping in any capacity, this is just me kind of, like, being like, I don't know, I've just never thought to be like, ask the Elden Ring streamer mid-stream while they're streaming if they can help me out during a boss fight. Honestly, like, it's never once crossed my mind. Because I think I generally just kind of am like, they're kind of doing their own thing right this minute. And, like, likewise, I'm not really watching and looking for streamers to help me during boss fights, I guess. Maybe that is a niche. Maybe that is a niche that some Elden Ring streamers and Soulsborne streamers actually, like, do. But it is not one I've ever thought of doing or one that I've ever wanted to do. So, interesting idea, though, I guess. Alright, let's see here. I think what's, I guess, arguably, and here's where maybe I almost take that almost as a joke on that one specifically, is that was Goldfried's Arena that I was fighting when that one was popped in. So I was like, you do see that this is Goldfried's Arena. Like, it's literally, it's the piss man's arena and everything. So I don't know. Maybe I'm overthinking it. Maybe I'm underestimating people's intelligence. Or overestimating, rather, I guess, in this case. Man, I love getting fucking shot out of nowhere. That's always really fun. Sacred Tear, cool. Alright, probably a good time to drink and horse, admittedly, because I can kind of one-hand it while I'm riding up there. Look, I don't drink and horse very often, but when I do, it's usually in the middle of the fucking frozen fields. Because what else is there to do? Alright, I am going to still probably get the bell bearing. Actually, tell you what, we're not going to get the bell bearing, we're going to get the grace. We're going to get the grace for the bell bearing here. I'm going to ignore the bell bearing for right now, because there's no guarantee that we end up ever getting a smithing weapon that actually matches what I want to get. And fuck it. At least at this point, like, it would probably be a time waste if we never end up getting that, so... I will end up getting the bell bearing for the 5 and 6, which will put me on the right track. At least for later on, when we're in Fair Missoula. But otherwise, we don't really need. We don't technically need that. All right. I am gonna probably get the loot pickups on the way though here. Oh, Zamor Ice Storm. Like relative use. If I didn't have a bleed Ash of War already, and also a bleed incant, then in theory that would be useful, but it's not really. A little bit of money, okay. I wonder what's faster there. Just go low there and wander around the lower parts, or if it's faster to just do what I did there otherwise. Axe Talisman, okay. That means 20% more on physical damage. Or physical charge attacks. That's actually kind of massive. And we don't yet have our final talisman slot, but we probably won't go for it unless I really have like a need to go for it. Which I guess would be going back to Round Table Hold, but we'll see if that ends up panning out. So. Otherwise, our flask is kind of set up pretty well right now, and I mean, assuming we get what we need, we're already kind of cooking for late game. At least off of the Dragon Halberd, so. That is a scary enemy. Alright, +5 there, and we don't yet have a 6. We have an 8, we don't have a 9, and no access to a 9 either. I'm not going to worry about the Grace right here, I'm just going to keep moving it. Ideally, we just kind of get what we need. If we keep on moving along here. So, is that Grail? I guess it is Grail. It looks kind of like him. Not really concerned about Grail, anyways, but still, I think it is Grail. I don't think the dragon works the way that it's supposed to, unless it's exactly the right dragon for the lake here. So we should be fine. I am going to get the Somber Bell Bearing here for this one, because I do need a 6. And if we end up getting our 7 along the way, then we essentially go from a 6 to an 8, just like that. So, pretty good. Please don't actually, like, shoot me here. Would be unfortunate. Sacred Tear, love to see it. How are we rocking so far? 120. Okay. Not amazing. Definitely not amazing, but like, you know, take what you can. Alright, smithing 8. Does cover requirements for us, which is nice. Gets us kind of moving along, assuming we end up getting up to a plus 21. Assuming. Alright. Damn, that line was unfortunately guarding an item. A little teensy bit of a bummer, but it's fine. It's okay. Not that important, I would say. Alright, I think once we get to Fire Giant, then we're gonna go ahead and pivot off and go level up our weapon. Hopefully, whatever Fire Giant is nothing too horrible. But I also, for the most part, think our weapon is pretty damn good. So, as long as we're pretty smart about it, we should be okay. Magic Grease, not really useful, but fuck it, whatever. I'm gonna ride a little bit further out from my normal, like, riding distance here. I am looking for extra items if I can help it. Okay. Alright, let's go cash in that bell bearing. Let's go get ourselves a little bit further leveled along here, and yeah. Alright, we need 12k for the Somber 6. Okay, alright. Actually, I'm just going to pop the 50k right now, because that is essentially money that will pay off for a lot of extra shit. So, do that now. Anything in crafting that we can do? Not really. Okay. Alright, level up our weapon.
I didn't want to be doing much. Just lay out.
Awesome. Cool. Otherwise, we're essentially good to go on that front. Now we're just going to go ahead and level up as much as we can with a 41k. Oh, you don't actually... Talisman slot? No, never mind. We don't need talisman slot from her. Okay, we're good on that front then. Alright, in that case, just physical damage negation. And... just pump stats, I guess. And by pump stats, I mean pump 2, apparently. Alright, cool. There we go. +6. +6 going into Fire Giant. Hope for the best. Surely our double bosses are going to be weak to Frost. Surely. Is that Garunk? No, it's Margit. Okay. Alright. Okay, we can be a little bit closer. And it is Margit specifically. So. Alright, big meaty procs. Beautiful. Awesome. Awesome. I love getting my fucking health bar decimated. Okay. Alright, first phase down. 3 flasks to go. Okay, alright, Moose. Is that the... Is that the Elder? Or is that the young one? Awesome. It is the Elder. Awesome. Gonna heal. Kind of annoying as piss. Awesome. Love this fucking fight. It's so much fun. Is that heal? That felt like it was gonna be heal, admittedly. Jumps. There's a heal. The worst part is there's no real way around this anymore, other than, like, essentially forcing it. I'm a little surprised that apparently Torrent can't fucking outpace Sonic the Hedgehog. Oh, you gotta be fucking kidding me. I have no torrent, therefore I can't fucking... I can't ride because of that shit. Computer, make this man get attacked by 1,000 pigeons. Oh my god. Right, thanks, Randall. I appreciate the love and support. Thank you. How you doing today, Randall? It's good seeing you, buddy. You know what? Honestly, health. Health at this point. It's fine. Everything else can kind of sit secondary. Yeah, as far as it stands, we just want this Dragon Halberd to get leveled up as much as we can, and to survive as much as we can. it's not been the most amazing run in the world for sure. Like, we've definitely had better than this, but like, it's not horrible. It hasn't been horrible, at least. So, yeah, for the most part, it's been okay. Just hoping that the next, I don't know, half an hour, I guess, doesn't suddenly get extended to an hour or more.
I as well, and death are you to commit. For let my hand.
Right. No, no, no. No time for the Cosby. We gotta get to getting. Okay. Nothing actually in a crafting recipe that that's otherwise like useful. That's okay. We don't technically need anything useful, but whatever. All right, smithing 8. Cool. Big chillin'. Nice. Well, for the most part, I'm also big chillin', but like I'm prepping because like tomorrow I have to. I'm not gonna be gone from streaming, but like it's kind of gonna be a interesting week and a half, more or less. It's gonna be an interesting week and a half where I'm not gonna be able to stream from like my normal circumstance, but I am gonna still definitely do as much as I can in the meantime. So, grab item, thank you. Okay, flower on the board. I will grab this real quickly. Well, that's actually absurdly good. I think I would rather have this. Cool. Alright, rune art. Didn't exactly need that, but sure, fuck it. Alright, I'm gonna ignore this grace, and I'm gonna get the next grace. Little annoyed that that was, like, the world's most useless fucking item ever, but sure. Oh, that's not good. Alright, I just need to get this grace, and then we're good. The rest of it doesn't matter at this point. I'm actually really, really surprised we survived that, but cool. I think we're fine. Yeah. Alright, please give me a Somber 7. That's a Smithing 8. Cool. Again, if I fucking got the materials needed to make a smithy weapon actually functional, then I would just be doing that. Oh my god, fucking nice shibidika. Ugh. The fucking inventory, man. I am fully at this point blaming that on the swap that they made. If they hadn't made it so the menu system lagged a couple seconds behind, then that would not be an issue, honestly. I would still have the muscle memory in mind to be able to fucking do the save quits properly. But no! That would be too fucking crazy. I don't have any upgrade materials, so we essentially just send it. Yeah, we essentially just send it. Okay, Renala, that's fine. Alright, beautiful. Easy first. Man, I love these dogs that shoulder butt like this. It's really fun. Awesome. Okay. Easy. Cake. Okay. Smithing 8. And the smithing bell bearing. Cool. Other than that, actually, this is going, well, mostly well. Yeah, this is actually going mostly well right now. Again, if I could just get one singular smithing weapon, then we'd probably be cooking at least a teensy bit harder. But, like, it's not that bad. Alright, I think this next Grace, we're going to go ahead and go level ourselves up as best we can. Yeah. And I'm going to try for bird skip again, even though it was kind of failing me pretty miserably last time. Alright. A little bit of extra money. Okay. What did... Not shit. Okay, cool. There we go. We already got up to 6. And... the whetstone knife is absurdly expensive today, apparently. Okay, cool. We could do the S-Stock, technically speaking, or... I think the rapier is in another shop here, but... I really don't want to do something like that. Oh, the S-Stock Part 2. Okay, gotcha. Almost want to do this because of the Black Flame Blade, but... it would kind of be a little useless, I would argue. Scimitar is kind of making some sense to me. I think I will purchase the Scimitar just because I can do that, and that would be a weapon we could rely on, arguably. Okay. Alright, do we already have enough stones to level our bad boy up to 2, 3, 4? Alright, we do not. No. Okay. Alright, well I have something at least as a backup if I need it, which is good. Okay, so we're up to +8 on that. This, I'm gonna go ahead and just bloody scimitar it. There we go. I need a tiny bit of dex to wield that scimitar, so I will go ahead and do a little bit of dex investment. Alright, 15 dex, and then otherwise more health, more endurance. Okay, and away we go. Cool. Alright. Wait, was that a bird in exactly the correct spot for a bird? Windy Crystal Tier again. Okay, cool. Awesome. Alright, 140 in. Weapons up to a +8. Not a bad weapon at all, on top of that. God fucking... Alright, so it still works, it just unfortunately fucks with me. Alright, I'm gonna try it one more time, I guess. God damn it. Alright, I do need to probably remember to send this back down afterwards, but it's, again, technically not that deep. Oh, it wasn't a bird, it was a bat. Okay. I mean, arguably same difference. Arguably the same difference. Oh, I stole that man's poop. That's kind of awkward. Fucking... Okay, whatever. I feel like that ledge is slipping a lot more than usual. And I don't really understand the why of that. But it sure as fucking does feel like it's slipping, like, way more often than usual. Okay, fucking... Yeah, that's honestly really bad. Fucking hand? Yeah, admittedly, of all the things to find here, the hand is not one to find here. That is actually really bad. Alright, this is our replacement for the dragon, I guess. Golden Scarab, okay. That's actually not too bad. Arguably, I'd rather have that over having security, so fuck it. Alright, scary enough-ish enemy, but not that much. Could get my +9 actually here, now I'm thinking about it. Alright, there's my +9. Cool. Okay. You know, actually, that... I would argue that that actually is worth it, for all it's worth. We haven't yet gotten a +9. So, that is something. The thing is, too, is once I get back into the actual, like, modem of being able to do that skip, it'll probably make a lot more fucking sense to me again, but it's just, it's one of those weird ones where, unless you know it, I guess, which is a weird way of saying it, but, like, you pretty much just need to know how to do it, and until that point, you're just gonna have a bad time. Alright, whatever it is, they spawn in. Ah, it's the duo, of course. This would be an opportunity to have grease. Shit, this is actually kind of bad. Like, it's not as bad as it could be, in theory, but they're not gonna let me do a lot. Especially if Fatty decides to keep on doing exactly what he's doing right now. If he continues to play the long con, then this will be bad. Yeah, exactly. They're fucking playing off of each other's everything right now, and that's a little annoying. I'd really prefer to only play against fucking the one right now. But unfortunately, for some reason, outside of his own arena, Fatty just decides that he's not gonna fucking play the game that he wants to play. At least normally. Excuse me? Fucking what? Man, I love the fucking combos. It's so cool. Why don't I use sleep? I don't know. It's a randomizer speedrun. That might potentially be the why of it. Man, I love these combos. They're so cool. Man, I love it when it decides that no, you didn't. That's always good. That's always a good sign. Ah, this is not ideal. I sure do love getting stuck on pillars. Yeah, see, I would definitely use sleep if I had sleep, but the problem is I don't have sleep. Yeah. So, admittedly, that's not exactly... For all intents and purposes, no, I don't have sleep. Okay, cool. And for all intents and purposes, no, I don't have sleep, actually, on this one. Soldier of Godric as Elden Beast. One can hope, honestly, Froggy, for sure. One can hope, but there's no guarantees. Admittedly, too, our like, weapon pickups on this have not been ideal for the circumstance that we need. So, we just kind of have to play it as is and hope for the best. And unfortunately, it seems to me like the Godskin, the Foreskin duo here is deciding that they don't want to play the... Wait, actually, wait, hang on. I just noticed something there. They're not fucking active in a meaningful way here. Hang on. Why was it taking me so long to get that? Anyways, hang on. We did just notice something there. Let me try something real quickly here. We're going into this without Flask, but whatever, it's fine. It's not that deep. If this works the way that I think it'll work, then we are cooking. Okay, that actually might set up properly. Okay. Can I bait one? Yeah! Okay, we baited one. Alright, cool. That's fine. That's fine, actually. We love to see one bait. Can he stop playing Long Con and get his fucking cheeks over here right now? Please? 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 Oh my god, he's a dickhead. He's a dickhead! Of course he is! Why wouldn't he be a dick? Oh my god, fucking Foreskin duo. I almost want to just die for the sake of dying at this point, because it's like, they're already dicking me over. You know what? Actually, yeah, I think I am gonna. I'm gonna eat the dick. I'm gonna eat the dick real quick. I'd rather fucking reset this because this is bullshit. They've already fucked up this circumstance. Some would say they're masturbators. Yeah, you know, honestly, when you're looking at the Godskin duo, yeah, no, they are 110% fucking masturbators. They absolutely are. There is no denying that fact. Man, and I love the fact that of all the people to guard the gates, it's the biggest jackass of them all. It really, in fact, is the biggest jackass of them all. Alright. I fucking hate the menuing sometimes. How did that not bait the other dumbass? Wait, how didn't that bait the other dumbass? Can you get your stupid ass cheeks over here right now and stop throwing your goddamn meatballs so far away from me? Man, I love this fight. It's so good. I'm trying to. I want to circumcise these assholes. That took longer than expected. Alright, there we go. There's number one. Now, you know what sucks about this? We're not even halfway through. You know, I shouldn't be surprised. I shouldn't be surprised. It is a fucking slippery ass, stupid ass foreskin in front of me. Awesome. Very cool. The worst part is this is pretty much just it. Like, there's not really a better way to do this. Get Big Mac to roll off the edge. You know, you kind of wish, but no. You actually can't. Of all the fucking things, they coded that pretty well. So no. No, you actually legitimately can't. But what I think I will do here instead is Big Mac. I'm gonna get Big Mac to come over here first. Because Big Mac is arguably a more fair fight overall. You know, it's funny that I say that and then he just starts yeeting meatballs left and right. Okay, better. Better and better. Alright, now Skinny's alone. Skinny's probably gonna leap. Yep. He did that shit again. Did that shit again. Of course! 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 Actually, you know what? Actually, of course. Does that makes it of course? Of course. Is this DLC bosses as well? No, this is just an NA% for the sake of NA%. It's just not been... It's not been a great start, I guess, is what I'm gonna say. We are... Man, I do love it, the fact that that guy just gets to breathe fire on me every single time I walk right up to the gate here. Good for him. You know, actually, for all intents and purposes, he needs that. He needs that in his life, otherwise he'd probably be a pretty shit-ass boss. Almost as if, like, he's a shit-ass boss or something weird. Get your stupid cheeks over here right now. Alright, he's gonna fucking do this shit. I have to fucking roll this meatball, because he's an asshole. Okay, big meaty crits. Awesome. You know what's funny is I did actually mean to dodge that. It just didn't really go through. Alright, please throw a meatball. Awesome. Thank you for not throwing a meatball. That would have been too much to ask of you. Man, I do love it when it's the Godskin duo and not just a Godskin. It's so much more fun when it's two of them. Because obviously, then you get twice the fun, all the bullshit in the world. Man, I sure do love the Godskin duo. It is a very fun fight. That meatball's gonna... Yep, That meatball's gonna fucking kill me. Man, we do love the Godskin duo. It's a very fun fight. You can always tell that the Godskin duo is on screen by the fact that people aren't having fun. But normally speaking, I'm having fun. I don't know what it is. I must really just enjoy the fucking foreskin duo. They're a very fun fight, and definitely well balanced. Definitely well thought of and put together when you put them in the same arena together. You know, like the Godskin duo. Bait Skinny instead of running at him so Big Mac doesn't spawn on you. I mean, that's a good concept, and the thing is I'm literally baiting right off the bat by doing what I'm doing right now. The problem is that in a randomizer, the spawns don't often work in the way that you think they're supposed to. They're not supposed... Like, they just don't work properly in their arenas. Or outside of their arenas, rather. Like... Actually, for all it's worth, they don't even work properly inside of their arenas, actually. Fun fact, you may not know this. They're supposed to have an attack that actually wakes each other up. that actually only activates outside of their arenas for some weird reason. So funny enough, the idea of doing sleep pots earlier doesn't work in the same way that you think it would. Yeah, actually, fun fact here, their sleep attack works differently outside of their standard arenas. They have the ability to wake each other up outside of their arenas. Alright, this is good. This is fine so far. Man, I love it when it ignores the bare minimum. It's really cool. Alright, he's gonna probably spawn in skinny at this rate. Okay, there we go. There's the first phase. By the way, first phase. Oh, okay, this is actually fine. I love my man's Godfrey. We love Godfrey in this household. We love Godfrey in this household. Except for the fact that I apparently couldn't fucking pay attention well enough. You know what? That's on me. That's the thing, though, is like, honestly, when it comes to Godfrey, I always feel like it's on me. It's definitely not on the boss fight as a whole. It's just on me. Okay. I am all out of those. Do I have... I have these Shatter Shards, but that doesn't matter. I don't have any extra options here. Okay. Alright. Okay. Alright. Alright. Okay. And then it is what it is. I should have done better there. That's on me. That's on me. Will he turn to second phase or no? Godfrey does not turn to second phase. Like, he has, like, his in-betweener second phase, so, like, the 1.5 phase, but, like, other than that, he doesn't do, like, anything more than that. Oh, okay, cool. We can still actually bait one at a time. It's just arguably gonna be slower, in theory. Try Serpent Hunter. It's not going to be better. It is just not going to be better. It's not leveled at all. And on top of that, it just, like it doesn't have status condition. It doesn't have anything. I would normally agree with you. I do love my Serpent Hunter, but it's not going to be cooking on this one. Unfortunately, it's just not going to be cooking. That might kill? I'm really grateful that Fatty just kind of said, no, I'm not going to participate. Okay, not good, but actually overall fine. You know, I say that and then shit like this happens. Okay, alright, cool. We're through. I didn't get to buff, but that's fine. I should be able to buff here. Okay, easy. Okay, alright, there we go. Shouldn't have taken as long as it did, but it's done. Okay. Alright. I almost am questioning whether or not we should go and get the level up on the scimitar. It might, you know what, actually, I'm gonna say it might actually just be genuinely worth it to go and get that done. Because at least having the scimitar leveled up like that would be something. So let's okay, real quickly just to double check. I was able to get 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm missing 5s and 6s, 7s and 8s. Okay. All right, so we need to go back to mountaintops real quickly. All right. I would like to have a secondary weapon that I can use at this point. Because, like, arguably, it would have probably been pretty helpful to have that weapon, have the scimitar leveled up there with bleed proc and shit. So. Let's just make it happen real quickly. This is already definitely not like... Man, I love it when shit like this happens. That's so cool. So cool. What was the hardest boss so far? On this run in particular, it was definitely the Godskin duo that we just ran into. In terms of, like, overall, like, what we've run into, the worst... the hands-down worst combination we've run into, Froggy, was the Fire Giant replacement. And Fire Giant is 2 bosses, right? It's another double boss. We ran into fucking Fortisax as our first phase. And keep in mind, the weapon that we had going into it was pretty heavily, like, proc reliant. So it was good enough for Fortisax. So we got procs off on Fortisax. The second phase, however, was Valiant Gargoyles. And they have no procs at all. So that was really fun. That was really, really fun. Needless to say, that run didn't even get to finish. Another run that wasn't, like, horrible, but it did completely counter the build that we had going through the entire run, was we got all the way to our Godfrey Horaloo replacement, and our Godfrey Horaloo replacement was the Mama Fia's boys as our first phase, and then our second phase was Malekith. Now, Malekith, honestly, not really much of an issue in my opinion. Like, he's fine. But the fact that Mama Fia's boys was the second phase, yeah, it got bad real fast. Like, really fucking fast because of that shit. So, real entertaining, that. So, real entertaining combination. Really, the funny part is it's mainly just the fact that how heavily the Fia's boys were scaled up. If they weren't so, like, intensely scaled up, it wouldn't matter, frankly. But they were so intensely scaled up that it just made everything horrible. It really, genuinely did. Alright, I'm gonna equip that as my offhand. And hopefully the base health upgrade that we get off of it is actually worth our time. A little bit of extra money. Okay, cool. And then on top of that, actually, you know what? I wonder if I have enough stamina to do it right now. Oh, where's the scimitar? There it is. Okay, cool, we do. We do actually have enough. Alright, cool. Alright. Now we have Bleed and Frostproc available to us, and honestly, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Alright, who is our spawn, if I can see them? Can't see them, so it's somebody who spawns in. Great.
Ah, I knew you'd come to stand before the Elden Ring, to become Elden Lord. What a sad state of affairs.
Good time to probably pop this, I guess. Oh, interesting. It didn't actually give me full health.
High hopes for us, that we continue to struggle unto eternity.
Oh, hey, it's Moog. Or Sewer Moog, at that. Alright, well, I mean, in that case, I mean, we can't do anything proc-wise to him. That's fine, though. I'm honestly, I'm completely fine with Sewer Mode. Yeah, Sewer Mode is not really that bad. Grand scheme of things, he's actually pretty friendly. Now, granted, the combo I just ate was pretty dumb. And, like, multiple times over. Have we gotten Melania yet? Yeah, funny enough, we actually got Melania on last run as our Godric replacement. Which honestly wasn't that bad. We actually kind of cooked her shit. Weird, I thought I rolled that well enough, but okay. Okay, whatever. It's fine. We're doing fine. Okay, there we go. Moog replacement dead. Or Godric replacement dead. Awesome. Probably don't need the golden talisman anymore, I would say. It's good to have. But we probably don't need it past this point. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna grab this. Fucking useless. Okay, cool. GG's. And I think at this point we just pretty much dump stats into, I guess, Dex, arguably? Because otherwise, I mean, we don't... Like, Strength is neither of our weapons, like, primary stats. I mean, I guess to be fair, it's kind of equal on the Dragon Halberd, but the Scimitar definitely benefits more from it, so... Alright. I was gonna say, it felt like it was Fire Giant time. Awesome. Love to fucking get jetted. Okay, alright. A little faster, please. Thought that roll was fine, actually, but sure, whatever you say, game. Why does this arena suit Fire Giant better? Probably because he can't actually run around properly. I would say that's probably the why of it. Now granted, there are definitely some attacks that don't really suit him in this arena, but that's mainly just because it's Fire Giant, and he's obviously coded to do certain things better. You know, admittedly, it might have made more sense for me to go for bleed proccing here. It might have made more sense for me to go for bleed proccing here. Yeah, I was gonna say, he's definitely gonna bleed a lot better. There we go. Alright, first phase down, beautiful. What's our second? You gotta be fucking kidding me. It's the Fia boys again. The fact that it's the Fia boys is actually, like, kind of horrifying. And we're all out of heals, too. Which isn't great. Which means we're probably going to be redoing this one. I don't think I have any... Well, I mean, I do. But it's going to poison me. Ah, shit. Okay, alright. It could have been worse. I don't think you know what this boss is like when it's in this arena. Yeah, they do a lot of fucking damage in this arena. Like, this is endgame arena for them, and they just do all the damage. And then they kill you, and it's done. Like, there's a reason why I mentioned them. Like, this is an awful fucking arena for them to be in, actually. Comically, if it were like Godric's Arena, it would actually be legitimately fine. Spam Bloodblade on them? Like, that doesn't work. Bloodflame Blade against them does not work. Or, yeah, Bloodflame, the blood shit does not work against them at all. And that is purely because of the fact that, like, when you spam anything against them, they just don't care. Also, by the way, here's another reason why this arena doesn't work for Fire Giant. Oh, that's not great. I fucking wasted my... I wasted my one fucking blue flask. Awesome. I love that. That's really cool for me. Alright, well, luckily the bleed procs are actually worth something. Okay, well, we're dead. Yeah, there's, like, not even a reason trying to dodge that. At that point, it is literally just toast. God damn it. Yeah, spamming Bloodflame, or Bloodblade on them, they dodge every shot. The only chance you have is usually with, like, an Ash of War that has, like, a 2-phase to it, where the projectile launches after you've actually launched it. Otherwise, they're gonna dodge it every single time. They just kind of are. Now, that being said, Fire Giant, it's actually more than enough sense to do it against Fire Giant, actually. So, you know what, honestly, against Fire Giant? Yeah, we'll definitely do it. I'm only going to swap off to the halberd here for stagger, because I want to stagger him as soon as possible. Damn, that bleed proc actually is legitimately very good. Against Fire Giant, very good. God damn it. Okay, almost there. Alright, can you die like 2 seconds faster, please? Okay, there we go. There's first phase. Awesome. Man, I sure do love that for him. Good for him. Awesome. Okay. First phase down. I don't think I have a summon that I can summon. No. No, that'd be too easy for me, of course. Do you have a shield I can use for PS Champions? Why would I use a shield against PS Champions? Curiosity. PS Champions, I think, would bully the shit out of you if you used a shield. Good for you, Rogier. You can guard counter them. I mean, I think I do have a shield. I'm just not really set up for shielding, I would say. I'm just not really set up for shielding. Oh my god, they're all fucking coming. Like, the good news here is that the one is really fucking weak, but still. Your standard magic build. Oh, by the way, this is why this arena sucks for them. Fucking Lion just constantly does this shit. And then essentially just boils down to Lionel and this one axe dude just constantly doing this to you. And that's what makes it bad. Oh god fucking Lionel fucking does it again. Lionel fucking Lionel. I should have known, admittedly. I should have known it was going to be like 6 minutes later before I could attack him again. I should have known. That actually is on me. I should have just been like, no, I'm not going to be able to attack him for like 6 months. The worst part, too, is like, in terms of like countering Lionel and whatnot, there's not really a lot you can do against him. You just kind of have to fucking eat it, and that's really it. That's actually legitimately just kind of it. Really? We're doing the meatballs immediately? Oh boy, he's breathing fire again. Fucking fire giant. To be fair, I actually do pretty decent damage if I were to just attack his weak spots, but the problem is like, honestly, getting consistency against his weak spots is getting consistency against his weak spots. Fire breath. Okay, beautiful. So unironically, Bloodblade is actually pretty damn good for doing a lot of quick bleeding. For sure, definitely. Okay, there we go. First phase down. Beautiful. Man, I love it when I whiff, and it's not even my fault. Alright, there we go. First phase. I was thinking of giving Rogier the full combo here, but honestly, I don't think it's worth it. Okay, that was probably the easiest Rogier I could have asked for. Beautiful. Let me wait right over here. I think this is where the skinny and scrawny spawns. Yeah, I was in fact right about that. Beautiful. Of course, skinny and scrawny is now deciding to be a dickhead. Okay. Skinny and scrawny is now chasing me down. Beautiful. Okay. Worst part is you actually do, in fact, have to heal every single time Lionel hits you, because, I mean, as far as it stands, Lionel fucking one-hits you. Like, if he fucking gets one singular Ash of War off on you, you're just kind of done. You're done playing the game. Beautiful. Didn't mean to get the Ash of War off on him, but hey, good stuff. Okay, Dum Dum is being dumb. Beautiful. Okay, good. Yay, we love to see it. Okay, alright. It's gonna fucking... It's not gonna be a great run, but it's gonna be a run, alright. Fucking... These combinations, man. Alright, I think at this point, yeah, just dump it into damage. Dump it into damage. Thanks, Froggy. It's coming along. It's definitely... It's unfortunate, but, like, at the same time, like, this is a much better combination. Like, Fire Giant in 2 is a much better time, for sure. Okay, well, you know, that's fine. I didn't want to fight you anyways, Orlu. Okay, well, you know, I thought I was going to sidestep that well enough, but I did not sidestep that nearly well enough. Okay, that's going to be a shout. Yeah. I was going to say, there's no way I'm running away from that in time. I fucking got staggered on the dumb animation. That's actually... Damn, that's kind of embarrassing. That's a little sad. Okay. That's okay, though. That's okay, though. If anything, honestly, I should have probably taken that as my chance to swap off to the Bloodblade. This is actually definitely a much better time for me to get Bloodblade. Or a Lou for Radagon is crazy lore-wise. You know, honestly, yeah. But also, we definitely love Horaloo a shit ton more. Alright, that's gonna be a jump. Beautiful. Bleeding. Okay. Missed that. It's fine. Missed that. It's fine. Jumps. Jumps. That's fine. Okay, stagger. May not miss second phase, but we're gonna get close to it. Oh, never mind. We are definitely missing second phase. Okay, cool. Awesome. Flash chug here. It's a field trip! Yo, we love the field trip! Do I have a secondary weapon here I can... God damn it. Okay, I'm fat rolling for that. That was a bad choice in how I did that. Okay. We're gonna make this happen. Where's our... Is that it? Okay. Where's our next one? Probably could get, best Elden Beast. Yeah, no, honestly, it is definitely one of the better Elden Beasts. Of all the replacements we could have gotten, this was definitely one of them. Alright, now we're just gonna Bloodblade the shit out of her. Alright, this should be last. The best part, too, is because of the thing I talked about earlier with the fact that, like, arenas matter. Because this isn't her standard arena, she can't do any of the chandelier drops on us. So it's just essentially GG's at this point. You know what, I think I need to, when we get back, I am ultimately gonna figure out how to do the timer. That way we can actually have a timer running for the shit. That way, as soon as we end up hitting this point right here, I can actually, like, hit the timer and be like, ah, there we go. Firm timer. But nevertheless, overall, you know what, actually, for all it's worth, Froggy, not a bad run at all. Not a bad run at all. Say goodbye to Twink, though. Because Twink is now going to bed. Twink is eating it and dying. 2 for 35, though. You know what? Actually, tell you what. Why don't we start marking down our best PBs? And that way we... Because actually, I did want to start doing that. Hang on here. It's... death counter. Here we go. Alright, so what was that? 235.26. I'm gonna just go ahead and mark it down as 235.26. Even though it's not exactly accurate, I'm still going to go and do that for the time being. That way we have an idea of kind of what we're working with. So, and likewise, I guess for all intents and purposes, how do we feel? Do we like Donkey Kong in the middle of the screen, or do we like Donkey Kong, like, would it be better for Donkey Kong to be hanging on the PR? Because I like DK in the middle of the screen for all it's worth, but we could do it the other way. Nevertheless, honestly, I'm pretty happy about that. I'm pretty happy about that run. We definitely got snagged. We definitely got snagged when it came to the Fire Giant into Fia's champs. But it was a lot better than what it could have been. Just purely off the fact that it was Fire Giant and then Fia's champs. It's really funny. Fia's champs is a lot of work that late in the game. If it's early game, it does not matter. It just doesn't matter. It's actually legitimately so much easier. But, yeah. But, I think that's going to have to do it for tonight. Am I done? Yeah. No, actually, yeah. Yeah, we're done. We're done for the night in this case, Froggy, but, so we're going to be doing some more stuff throughout the next week and a half here. Unfortunately, caught us at a bit of an awkward time because I'm actually about to go into a little bit of a long week and a half here where I'm not able to stream Elden Ring and whatnot. Technically speaking, like, I can still do it, it's just going to be a little different. But at least in terms of, like, the PC streams and whatnot, that's not going to be normal. So. I appreciate it, Froggy. Thank you very much. I would say if you want to, definitely feel free to join our Discord. It is linked in the live stream description. Easy way to hang out with us and join in on the later streams. We did just start playing through Kingdom Hearts 2. And on top of that, honestly, I do typically do like a fair amount of Elden Ring content and Soulsborns in general. We actually just got done doing a no-hit run for Elden Ring. I know, it sounds crazy based off the fucking run that we just had here. That I could ever beat the game without taking a hit, but we did actually just get done beating the game without a hit. So, yeah. Maybe worth joining our Discord for it. I do usually put up pings to the Discord for anything like that, but... Nevertheless, that is going to have to be it for tonight. Thank you, folks, for joining me tonight. I hope you had a wonderful time. But more importantly, I hope you take wonderful care of yourselves. I will see you all later. Thank you so much for stopping in. And you have a good rest of your night. Thanks for hanging out with me.